Hello again, everyone. For the past few weeks, our main focus has been on measuring, cutting, and putting up our roof rafters. Obviously, we are not professionals, so this, like everything else, was a daunting process. So, once again, after days of research, the only thing left to do was to just start. We did some trial and errors with our cuts, but once we got the right measurement, the actual act of cutting and putting up rafters became fairly easy.
Well, the motor in our circular saw just burned out, or is like on the verge. So Jack's gonna go to Home Depot and get us a new one. We are like yet to have a day where we don't have to run out to Home Depot, which is such a waste of time because it's like 30 minutes away. But yesterday we ran out twice because we kept forgetting things. So poor planning, it really gets you. But sometimes you just don't have the capacity to plan really well when there's very limited time to do it. But we got the rafter cuts figured out, and I started cutting them, and then that's when the saw burnt out. So we're gonna start framing up the patio while he's out, and we're not positive if it's gonna be the best way to do it, but it's the only way we know how. So we're gonna frame it up like it's a normal wall, because then we're gonna side it with all the stone. So I think instead of doing just posts, we're gonna just frame it up as if it's an actual room. I don't know if that's the technical correct way to do it, because we haven't had too much consultation, but it's what we're sticking with. So hopefully it works out. We'll see. So looking for super sophisticated planning. Hate math, and neither of us are very good at it, so measurements are actually the worst. And half the time we're just kind of flying by the seat of our pants, but you can't really do that when things have to be precise and measured out. So we're trying our best, but it ends up being in random notes all over legal pads that then get crunched up and scrambled everywhere. So, but it's our system and we're sticking to it. Little sunshine shower. Hopefully this passes soon, but it's at least not raining super hard. Got 3 up. Jack's hanging the ledger board and all the joist hangers. I'm gonna start cutting all the rafter tails. Let's go. Hello. I just got here from work. Jack beat me today, so he's finishing sealing everything up. It's about 6:45, so we only have like 2 hours. So we're gonna see how far along this we can get until it gets too dark to work. So wish us luck.
So it was just me today, and Nicole's here for a little bit in the morning, and we were able to get this whole patio set up. This will have a bunch of stone work around it. It'll look really cool. But what isn't so cool was my day today. I had the fun job of running our cold water line through the house. So what that means was I started over by where our toilet will be, and I had to drill into every single stud, and then this is what it'll eventually look like all the way through. But I had to run a water line through the whole house, up around doorways, in, and then had to drill holes all through the inside where all of our studs are. So it was a long day that didn't feel super productive, but ultimately it was a good day. And then you think that'd be it, but like me, you would be wrong in assuming that, because then you gotta connect it to your actual water source and your water heater. So comes back through here, down through all of these studs until it gets there. Then we're done. As you can also tell, rafters are done here, and we were getting so close to the other side until we looked on the other side and found that for whatever reason we must have measured some of them wrong. Here are rafters here, but outside there's some like notches that aren't lined up, and so tomorrow we will be taking all of them down on this side and remeasuring and recutting. So that's our plan tomorrow, and then we're going to finish up the OSB tomorrow as well. So we're getting there. It's coming together slowly but surely. We had the really fun opportunity to come see some of our family's land that are also in Tennessee. It is a beautiful piece of land, and we were able to repay the favor of pouring concrete for their foundation. Having family that is taking on a fairly similar task is definitely helpful, but also comforting to know that at least we aren't the only ones in the family crazy enough to take on this type of task. We built a structural house.
Yay! It's not falling over. All right. Finishing touches.
It was actually kind of fun.
Is he still up there?
Yeah, he's on this side now.
So I don't know if it's just a Florida thing and we don't really have stick bugs, but I'm fascinated. We have stick bugs all over the place. They're so stinking cool.
We had some late nights, but we were able to install all of the rafters and the fascia board. Up next is framing out where all of our rooms will be and installing OSB board on top of our installed rafters.